dwarves didn't eat so much.
Arrow Thurge. Increases air damage. It's ideal. Oh. So now we're getting into like elemental types. Air, earth.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
High ground. Water damage. Necromancer.
That shipment you was asking after.
Heals you whenever you deal. Oh.
Keep it down, will ya?
What did they call that in Diablo? Yeah. Polymorph provides one free attribute point per point invested. Increase fire damage. Scoundrel increases movement speed and boost.
I got that special shipment you was
modifier.
asking after.
Sounds important.
Keep it down, will ya?
Summoning increases vitality damage, physical armor, and magic armor of your summons and totems. Warfare
Perhaps if
increases
those bleeding dwarves didn't
physical
eat so
damage
much.
you deal. You have one.
These?
Multiple item slots that I can switch between in battle.
I got that special shipment.
Or is it just the one, or am I stuck with just one weapon?
Everything there? Good.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much. Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Here's the goods.
Perhaps
Like
if
you
those
wanted.
bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Got it.
Stick with one weapon, you can probably assign a weapon to the hotbar. Okay.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
I got that special shipment you was asking after.
Oh, and he has them too.
Give it down, will you?
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
I got that special shipment you was asking after.
Everything there? Good.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again.
You already know the terms. Nothing else to say. Sure, have a look.
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
So
Everything there? Good.
Griff has this elf
Worse than war rations, these.
in a cage because he's accusing him of stealing from him. But the elf in the cage is saying Griff is eating his own
Worse than war rations,
food,
these.
blaming it on him.
Hey! You're a little light in your trunk, ain't you? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to know where everything ends up. Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that. Sure do. Ask me, it'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth like a snake.
Some folks, and some reptiles, will do anything to get his attention. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots. Sure do.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth.
Some folk... I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. It's all in the eyes. Joy lives in the eyes. Sometimes way in the back, but it's there all the same. Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means. Only the finest, you know.
Yay, armor.
When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sources? Why hasn't Alexander with me?
I don't have that much money. I swing that.
When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sources? Yet so quickly, we find source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So fluid woken, not attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sources? Why hasn't Alexander with me?
Oh, I forgot I got that axe. I'm gonna be able to give that to the... What do you call him? Red Prince?
Ain't fit for beasts.
Ugh.
She's still hasn't updated the inventory.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Oh.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
How many times are you gonna say that?
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Keep it down, will you?
So the elf thinks Griff did it, the Griff thinks the elf did it, and this lady thinks it was some lizard that hangs around and asks Griff for favors.
You forget my name here?
Got it.
They're oranges that I'm looking for. Come on down here.
Indigestion, or is it? Oh gods, not now. Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube, and you were Iffen Ben Mezd, right? Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? I saw you fall. We all did. Thought you were done for. When we get out of this place, I owe you a pint. So you managed to swim to safety, is that it? What about when you were in the water? Didn't hear anything unusual, did you? I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say. Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what. Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable? Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied. Feels like just one, strangely enough. Big one, though. Don't know its name yet, either. It takes time for them to get comfortable and introduce themselves.
That's weird.
So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah?